Somebody asked me recently, why do you have such a bone to pick with all these people who are anti-ICE? And I want to make it perfectly clear so that no one can try to twist my words in any way. I don't have a problem with people being upset at something that they view as a little bit unfair. My problem are the people who get on here and perform and take away from what they claim to care about in an effort to make themselves look cool. You have dummies sitting around in chairs, much like this one, and saying, go do something. Or in this case, telling you a story as if they're the conquering hero who survived being in an ICE detainment center for a few days. You even have people who will create this image in some people's mind, and by some people, I mean black people who are not wasting their time protesting because they don't want to, and trying to make it seem like you're the bad guy if you don't go out and help these people who make up these stories to turn a situation all about them, and while you ignore them, they're being taken advantage of, implying that when someone who's a little bit darker than a Mexican or a white goes into an ICE detention center, they end up getting their bodies violated. And I just have a problem with that, because if you claim to care about something so much, you wouldn't need to perform, you would just go do. You wouldn't try to guilt trip, you would just go do. And when we talking about our banana rice eating queen and how she survived ICE after spending 4 minutes telling a story that really didn't make any sense from jump, you find out that she's been arrested recently. And you might sit there and wonder, oh, why? Well, if you didn't pay attention to the last time she was something to bring up, she spat on one of these officers, which is probably not a lawful thing to do, which will get you arrested.
I'm 23 years old from St. Paul, and I encountered ICE. I was detained, or let me rephrase it as I was kidnapped by ICE. I was kidnapped from ICE from my home. They came here, right there where I'm pointing at, and they came here, were following two men, and while they were following two men, they came and stopped at this exact area near the office.
And the fanfare, the nice little grin, the nice little bravado of thinking that you were going to end up in the history books.
And I am proud. I am proud to say that I've survived ICE. I'm proud to say that I stood up for what is right. And many people are saying, including my family and friends, that I will go down in history. And I will carry this on my shoulders. Here I am, speaking in front of everyone, and there's cameras recording me. Hi, everyone who's watching me right now. I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see, like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean. So what I'm trying to say is people might be confused by me being Somali, but then when they hear my voice, they say, this girl is very American. There's something American about her. So like my family says, you're so American. You're so American. There's something American about you. But then when other people see me, they're like, there's something Somali about you. You're really Somali, you know? So that's what it's like. You know, people always trying to assume what you are, but they know you're both. So they cannot separate the two. They just want to say, oh, you're this, you're that. But that's what it is. It's to be both. So, yeah, so I got kidnapped by ICE.
You will be nothing more than a footnote in time. You're not going in the history books 50 years from now. There are more significant people who are doing more significant things that would actually benefit other people than the random fuck getting in front of the podium and telling everybody that the bitch just eats bananas and rice. Why the fuck would you tell people that? You've given more credence to more people to insult Somalians than you would actually giving credence to them being respected in the grand scheme. With all the fraud, with all the extra commodities of controversy, you have now made it laughable to think about Somalians just sitting around eating bananas and fucking rice. And on top of that, you take away from anybody who actually has a story to tell about ICE and how good or bad ICE is, just so that everybody could focus on you and that fucking injury you got on your head that, I'm gonna be honest, after maybe 4 hours doesn't need 2 band-aids, sweetheart. You was just performing for the fucking camera. And that's my gripe here. It will always be my gripe here, because you take away from anybody who could actually be dealing with something and could need help just so that people could pay attention to you. Fuck you. You're nothing. You're not anyone to really think about. You're not anyone people would really have in their minds to worry about, because all you are is someone standing around hoping other people get in on the fun. And I'm sorry, as I've said again and again and again, the more people just sit there and try to hope others get in the fun, it's the more people are going to suffer while there are ICE agents deporting all the people you claim to care about. I think anyone could agree that the history books are meant specifically for individuals and moments in time that were actually historic. There is nothing historic about somebody spitting on an ICE agent or a cop. That's commonplace in any city you would want to go to that actually has a reputation of bad cops. And you know what happens when it becomes a routine every single time? People just get arrested and barely anybody knows about it. You could create your own fanatical story about how your scrawny ass was saving yourself from being detained and you walked out the conquering hero, but reality is often disappointing for everybody. And while you were so confident telling this story and being very bombastic and how you will be remembered in the history books, reality shows a dumb bitch spitting on somebody, being put in handcuffs, let go, bragging about it, and then being back in handcuffs with that same dick look on her face. So congratulations, you will be remembered, but just as somebody who has embarrassed the reputations of Somalians, I would make the subtle argument worse than the daycares have been doing, because a lot of people seemingly forgot about that, and now because of bananas and rice, they're gonna think, wow, these motherfuckers are frauding people out of money and using it to eat bananas and rice. Congratulations, you're fucking stupid. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all at the grocery store to stop these Somalians from buying all the bananas and all the jasmine rice, which is the best rice, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye.